Okay, we're here in the Jarl's palace to meet the Jarl of Windhelm. We're told this would be Ulfric Stormcloak, who we met at the beginning of the game when the Imperials captured us both. I was just napping. I'm not sure what they captured him for. He could tell his own story. I'm not here to tell his story. But we're here to offer our services to the Jarl of Windhelm in the Civil War. Because, of course, the Imperials already arrested us. So we don't see any reason. We don't see any reason why we should side with them. By the way, I don't know what's going to happen because our two companions are wearing Imperial uniforms. I can't do anything about that unless I bring them in naked. But I shifted out of mine, and I didn't even have a full uniform that I could shift to, so I did the best I could. It looks like...
Here's to friendship. A gift. If you don't...
It looks like, yeah, it's the middle of the night. So I'm going to wait 6 hours here for the Jarl to get on the throne. And I'm going to get a drink of water while I do it.
I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel all the same.
That would make him stupid. We drink to our youth, to the days come and gone. For the days of aggression are just about done. Did that guy lose a bet? That guy in the black hat and all that?
The palace of the kings with your presence, rug.
It's so nice of you to call me a rug. I came here to volunteer for the war, you know? Creep.
Why are you defiling the palace of the kings with your presence, rug?
Your bigotry is unfitting for someone of your beauty and station.
Trying flattery, sycophant. You'll do well as a Thalmor ambassador. And by do well, I mean your head would look good on a pike.
It's so sweet of you to say that. You're misguided in your prejudice. I don't like the Thalmor either.
Ha! Then prove it to me. Bring me 5 pairs of Justicia gloves. The Thalmor don't sell them willingly, so each pair means 1 dead bastard less.
I agree to your terms because you're an NPC and I do whatever quests they tell me to do. It's ridiculous, really. I'm a slave of every NPC in the game, even though I'm supposed to be the special one. I'm supposed to be the one they talked about in the scrolls and everything. Yeah, I'll do it.
Mere promises have the value of KhajKeet honesty. Let's see it in practice.
You're not a nice person.
Only the foolish or the courageous approach a Jarl without summons. Do I know you?
Yeah, I believe we already met.
Is that so? Yes. You were with us at Helgen.
Can you say heck
Destined for the
instead?
chopping block, if I'm not mistaken.
We don't say hell on my channel. I was set free. I could have gone anywhere. I came here to fight the Empire.
A fair point. Well, you've come to the right place then. Speak with Galmar. I'm always looking for able fighters. Not everyone can say they made it out of Helgen.
Please don't
Seems
say
we're all
hell.
branded villains these days. So long as your criminal past stays in the past, and you fight for me with honor and integrity, we'll welcome you into our ranks.
Yeah, none of that's going to happen. But you talk about my criminal past. You got arrested there. I got arrested for sleeping. I mean, you know, I don't have a criminal past. Anyway, let's talk to Galfor, Stonefist, or whoever he said. Did anybody pay attention to what the dude... Galmar Stonefist, there you go.
Helgen, huh?
Yeah.
Ulfric told us quite the story.
Just call it heck.
If you made it through all that, you're likely worth something to me.
Good.
But first, tell me, Why does a cat want to fight for Skyrim?
Surely take Nords?
You mistake me. I'm not saying no, just wondering about your intentions. We're not looking for sellswords. The Stormcloaks need dedicated men and women who are devoted to the cause and willing to die for it.
You know, you're in a war. I think you should take whoever you can get and be glad to get them. You know, people are dying on your side every single day. You need to replace them with people. Here I am, volunteering. You should be jumping up and down. You should be thanking me. Instead, you're being kind of... Well, I can't say what you're being like about it because there's a G-rated gaming channel. I want to fight the Empire. I'll bleed for the chance to do so.
Can't fault anyone for that. As long as you hate the Empire as much as I do, that I can work with.
Yeah, try not to end sentences with prepositions like the word with. You'll do much better. Skyrim is home to more than just Nords.
Fair enough. But are you willing to die for your home?
That's why I'm here. I want to join. But I need to be clear. I do not plan to die for my home. I plan to make the other people die.
All right. But before I can put you to use, I need to know how much you can take. I have a little test for you.
You mean like a VD test or a drug test? I gotta tell you, dude, there's a lot I'm willing to do in this war, but peeing in front of another guy just, I didn't know there was going to be a drug test. Let me think about it. Give me the specifics. What kind of test?
The kind men use to measure themselves.
Uh-oh.
I'm sending you to Serpentstone Island. If you survive, you pass. If you die, well, you weren't going to be much use to me anyway.
You know, I just recently found out it's called Serpentstone Island because there's a guardian stone there that is literally the Serpent Stone. How stupid was I not to figure this out before? Don't answer that. What's at Serpentstone Island?
It's where men have tested their metal for ages. It's a strange rock formation built by the ancients. Something about that place attracts the ice wraiths. You kill an ice wraith out there, and I'll have all the proof I need about you.
Does every recruit get to do this?
Only the ones I'm not sure about. This will prove your abilities, but more importantly, it will prove your commitment.
Well, as the song says, I'm off to kill that ice wraith, that ice wraith, that ice wraith. I'm off to kill that ice wraith. I'll be back real soon. I'm off to kill the ice wraith, the ice wraith, the ice wraith. I'm off to kill the ice wraith. I'll be back real soon.
We'll see about that, won't we? Here, take this. You'll need it. Use it on the island. Don't lose it. That's all the help you're getting. Try not to die.
Well, if it's so important to him that I not die, I will do my best not to die. Those are really nice people. I mean, that racist lady. The guy on the throne. Where are we? Hello? What in the...
Hello, my love. Back from some adventure, I bet. Well,
Interested in me, are you?
yes. Why wouldn't I be? Are you interested in me?
No, I'm not.
Oh. I'm sorry I said anything then.
I'm trying to figure out where we are. What is this? I mean, other than awesome, what is this?
Warm sands, friend.
Need something?
My friend, a toast to a beautiful friendship.
Riften. So these pictures, I take it, will take me to the places
Need something?
they're talking
Need
about.
something?
Falkreath. So,
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead.
Markarth. You're confusing me. Okay, so let's find one that says... it looks like the ones that we haven't been to are maybe missing from the wall. Is that how it works? Because there's Solitude, but I don't see any for... I don't see any for winter, whatever that place is called, Winterhold. Do y'all? Open world tree. What is this open? What is open world tree? Wow, I'm gonna regret this, but I'm gonna open world tree. Dude, what is this?
Need something?
I'm not going to ask that domestic cat.
Take care of yourself now.
Whether open Balkan house. What's Balkan house? Oh, this is Balkan house. Okay. But again, I don't see anything about Whiterun.
I'm bored. Nobody wants to have any fun with me. Look at you, wearing an amulet of Mara. Are you saying you're available? All right, then.
I have somebody I'm interested in. Very interested in. How do I get to the upper levels or... Open world tree. Open world tree. I guess we'll... Have we been to Whiterun? Let's see what happens.
Terrible and powerful Talos, we, your unworthy servants, give praise, for only through your grace and benevolence may we truly reach enlightenment.
I don't think we have been here, so I think this might have been the one for a place we hadn't been to yet. There's a smelter. I'm going to smelt. Now, I'm not going to make any...
okay with you?
I'm not going to make any smelting jokes like he who smelted dealt it. Even though I could.
Good.
Although you wouldn't laugh at it because y'all two were messing up my jokes.
In each of us, the future of Skyrim.
That was really weird.
Talos is the true God.
I'm still not over it.
Descended from flesh to rule the realm.
Okay, let's...
To our elven overlords. Sharing it. Man? Ha! I don't think so.
Ha! It would have to be a fairy tale for men to become gods. Okay, so... yeah, we got here illegitimately, which is a problem. And the reason it's a problem is because the front door to Whiterun is still probably locked. So we're gonna go to Riverwood. I know what we're doing, people. We can fix this. Although I wish I had some projectiles at this point. Okay, let's have a team meeting.
Is that a Vala stone you have there? May I see?
Why, of course, Lucian Flavius.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been ages since I last had a look at one of these. Beautiful, aren't they? Actual fragments of Aetherius in our very hands. This one's a touch flawed, of course, but it's still stunning. The Aelids really were masters of their craft. Thank you for letting me look. I really do appreciate it.
You do realize your hand was empty when you pretended to return the Varla stone? No ripping me off, man. I could tear your head off with one hand, one claw.
Sorry, I keep meaning to give you this, since this arrangement seems to be working out all right for us so far.
I just literally threatened to decapitate you, and you call that working out. Okay then, what is it?
Oh, it's a Dwemer resonance sphere.
Of course it is.
Just something my father gave to me before I left home for when I found myself someone to travel with. When activated, it resonates with its twin, which I'll always keep on my person. That way, if we're ever separated, all you have to do is give it a rub, and we'll be able to find each other, no matter how far apart we are. Handy, right?
Very. Thanks, Lucian.
Don't mention it. I mean, hopefully we won't have to use it very often. I'll stick to you like oh, I don't know, something sticky. Yep, that's what I'll do.
Don't threaten me. So I tried to talk to you, but instead you just did your whole bit. So maybe we'll come back to you. Remember here, I'm the leader, guys, and I'm trying to give you instruction. So you might want to listen, actually. Let's give you a shot, Inigo.
My friend, Skyrim is a big and often confusing place. We are bound to lose each other from time to time. Never fear. That map you have is special.
This old thing?
Yes. There is more to it than you may realize. My brother once found one just like it on the remains of some poor old adventurer in Cyrodiil. It does not only mark locations, it can also show the position of items and people too. Watch this. Where are you, Inigo? There! See, I have placed myself on your map. If we find ourselves separated, all you need to do is look me up. Pretty fantastic, eh?
It's great, Inigo. Thank you.
No problem. I am always happy to help.
Any thoughts?
I'm thinking I look stupid.
You sure do. Mind if I ask you something?
Go ahead, ask away.
Tell me more about your past.
My brother and I never knew our real parents.
I know this.
We were found abandoned in a smelly shack by a soldier on his way to battle. We melted his heart with our fuzzy little faces, and he carried us to the nearest town. He deposited us at an orphanage, and that is where we spent most of our childhood.
Tell me more about your past. I am enthralled. Did anybody buy that? Was that good acting?
My brother and I were adopted by a couple of retired assassins. I guess the orphanage did not do a family background check.
You must have had a very interesting childhood.
Mine was perhaps a little more unconventional than most, but I suppose all childhoods are interesting to some degree. My parents provided me with love and encouragement. Apart from the nightly training sessions, we were a normal family.
Tell me more about your past.
I was bullied by the other KhajKeet children because of my unusual color and markings. My mother showed me a handy trick with a rock and a glove. I was never bothered again.
You do realize I'm a blue KhajKeet. So I'd rather you not say that it's unusual. It's not unusual to be blue-furred KhajKeet. That's a bit extreme. You could have killed someone.
Childhood is extreme. It is a time of hard learning, but also teaching. Anyway, I never seriously hurt anyone until I was a lot older.
Tell me more about your past.
My father showed my brother and I how to use a sword. My mother taught us the bow. Happy childhood memories.
Making memories,
I grew up in Riverhold, not far from Citadel. My brother and I headed for the Imperial City to find our fortune when we came of age. I found love, for a time at least. My brother found death.
Love? What is that?
Well, now that I think about it, maybe it was not love. It was brief and, as it turned out, one-sided. Anyway, all that happened later.
Death I'm a little more familiar with, although, to be honest, I've never quite experienced it myself, nor am I that anxious to, really, when I think about it.
I will come to that soon. There is a little more to hear first.
I'm sorry I told you to do what I wanted since you worked for me. Tell me more about your past.
My mother and father are both gone.
Yeah, I figured that.
They died protecting a trading caravan a few years back. I guess I am an orphan again.
What were your parents like?
I suppose they were a bit of an odd couple, being an Argonian and a KhajKeet, but they adored each other. And us.
What?
Despite their previous profession, they were good people.
Oh, wait a minute. You're talking about your adoptive parents. Okay. Because I did this whole biology lesson earlier. I don't know if you were listening, Indigo. You usually don't listen to what I say, but I did this whole biology lesson about that there aren't any half Argonian, half KhajKeet. But yeah, they didn't reproduce. You were adopted. I'm sorry for your loss, Inigo.
That means a great deal. Thank you.
Tell me more boring things about your past.
My brother and I found much work as sellswords. We never made it to the Imperial City, but we made a lot of coin.
What kind of jobs did you do? Please don't say the killing kind.
A bit of giant killing here, a bit of witch slaying there. We took gold when it was offered, but sometimes we worked for nothing. It is hard to deny those in need, whether they have coin or not. We made more than enough from those who could pay anyway.
Where did your travels take you?
All over Citadel, from the Gold Coast to the Gerald Mountains. It is a wonderful land, but quite tame compared to Skyrim. Those were happy times, traveling or working during the day, camping out under the stars at night. Life was good.
Tell me more about your past.
I awoke one morning to a lot of noise outside our tent. My brother staggered in, bleeding, and pushed our father's sword into my hand. He said that if I loved him, I would run. He used the last of his strength to rip out the back of the tent and push me down the slope beyond. Some KhajKeet-hating locals had blamed us for a spate of robberies in the area, and had decided to take the matter into their own hands. 12 of them had snuck up on us in the night. My brother died, but I live because of him.
I'm sorry. Losing your brother like that must have been terrible.
Yes, that morning I lost all that was dear to me. Unfortunately, I also uncovered a side of myself I never knew existed.
What was your brother's name?
His name was Fergus. I miss him very much, but part of me is glad he did not witness what became of me after his passing.
Inigo and Fergus. Y'all sound like bad fiction. And you don't know what would happen. I mean, if you had died instead of him, he may have traveled a similar path. You don't know. That's the point.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I hit rock bottom and kept digging. He would have been stronger.
How do you know this? Hello, are you there? Dude. Remember you were trying to put me to sleep with your stories? Are you there?
I was recruited by a group of bandits a few years ago. That is when I discovered skooma.
You're the discoverer of skooma?
It was the beginning of a lot of nastiness.
Tell me more about your past.
I was with a bandit girl for a while. Turns out she was using me. She wanted protection, not affection. As soon as she found someone more psychopathic, I was dropped like a sack of troll dung.
Please. I wouldn't say that the next person was more psychopathic, just different. But you don't have to tell me about her. I seem to recall her face.
I thought I did. We dulled each other's pain somewhat. She seemed like the only bright thing in a very dark place. Regrettably, she was a vicious, manipulative harpy.
She sure was.
I left the bandits and took the only ally I had with me. He was also an addict, but we thought we had it under control. His name was Felix. He was a big fellow, good in his scrap. We became mercenaries together. After a few months, Felix and I had made a little gold, but our addiction to skooma was getting in the way. No one trusts an addict, my friend. Especially not another addict.
Do you ever miss your skooma?
From time to time my body does, but my mind is made up. I am never touching the stuff again. It helped me smother some painful memories, but it took my sense and reason as payment. It was not a fair trade. There is not much to tell. He never spoke about his past, but it was clear he had also been through a great deal before becoming a bandit.
Haven't we all?
That life did not seem to suit him. He had been an educated man at some point, I am sure of it. He was violent, but he had retained some dim vestige of honor. I wish we had met under different circumstances.
You sure have a lot to say about this guy that you just said you had nothing to say about him. Is there more? Because we actually have things to do.
One day, Felix burst into my chamber. Instinct took over and I reacted. His murder was my second-to-last step on the road of dishonor. Trying to kill you was my last. My journal tells the rest. Read it if you want. I do not enjoy speaking of these things. That is my story. Not a happy one, but maybe the happy stuff is still to come.
It is not.
Okay then.
I really don't have the kind of weapons I want for the next part of the journey. And I don't know if I have the skills to make them. I do need... I definitely need more eyeglasses, but I'd like to make, and I don't think I can. Doesn't look like I can. I'd like
decent people are warm in beds right now.
Nether's candlelight. I was hoping to make a crossbow. It doesn't look like I'm able to at this point because I'm just not. I'm not skilled enough. Again, I want to be a coward, so I need to, you know, I need something where I can sit back and do damage without getting anywhere near the person I'm hurting. And definitely archery doesn't do it enough. And of course, none of these swords do. Because I don't have what I want, I find myself relying more and more on them, and they're just not coming through. Elk hide, fox pelt, saber cat pelt, pelt, goat hide, deer hide. No, we don't. We're not giving up our. We're not giving up our bears. Let's see if that helps us make any. We can make barbarian armor now.
I sometimes have a bad memory. Too much skooma back in the day. Forgive me if I sometimes repeat myself.
It wouldn't be such a bad idea to create, you know, some armor that isn't associated with one of the armies. Unfortunately, using these mods, it's very hard to see which are the best armors. The idea with this is simply that when we're in an area controlled by the storm cloaks, if I don't want...
You are talented.
Who is Imperial? It says to return to Imperial. Who's that?
Sorry, after you.
Let's look at our journal. Okay, so I fixed somebody's weapon, somebody I don't even remember. Oh, they're in the Gerald Pass Mountains. No wonder I don't remember them. Anybody see anybody named... Are you invisible?
Where are you from, Indigo?
Well, Julian, I grew up in Riverhold, but I spent a lot of my formative years in Citadel. A part of me will always reside there, I think.
No way! That's where I'm from! Have you ever been to the Imperial City?
No. My brother and I planned to, but we never quite made it.
Okay, so what do we make of
Anyway,
that?
I have always wanted to go. Tell me about it.
Just
Please.
an arrow out in the middle of nowhere.
Where to begin? People from all walks of life, every race and creed, mingle on broad, clean streets that glow almost white in the sun. New sights and sounds delight and change your senses at every turn. Swallows nest high in the pale walls, flitting from the crenellations, the swoop and dive and play above saints and sinners alike.
Do you think they're
And
stuck
watching over
underneath
it all,
the...
the white gold tower stands sentinel, an unrivaled ode to wisdom and accomplishment. Its beauty is beyond words.
Let's give her 24 hours to show up, because either she's stuck underneath the earth, which is possible, or she's in a cave where the chambers are underneath the earth and I can't find the entrance to the cave. Or she's going to show up during this waiting. I don't know what to do with this. I mean, I made her stupid weapon.
Miss it?
See, it's
Wow,
just there.
It sounds amazing. I am sure you will see it again in time. It is quite natural to miss home, but adventuring is a home all of its own. Skyrim is full of wonders, and we must make the most of them while we are here to enjoy them.
I couldn't agree more.
So what do you guys think? Should we cheat and go into the...
What do you think you're doing walking around dressed like a damn Stormcloak traitor? I'll let it slide this time. But you'd be smart to take that off.
I thought I had.
Someone might get the wrong idea.
No problem, dude. I thought I just changed back into my... Yeah, he's right, I didn't. But of course, when I go see, you know, Ulfric again.
You see those warriors from Hammerfell? They've got curved swords. Curved swords.
Curved swords?
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know where the... See, it's just a pointer that doesn't have any... And I don't see any cave entrances or anything.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Then how'd you become a guard? I mean, you know, that doesn't make any sense.
I'll take my leave then.
Okay, I'm gonna use a cheat command. And you can see I'm not using it to cheat. I'm looking to see where the chick is I'm supposed to contact. I don't see her down here either. Does this mean the pointer is just wrong? I guess that's what we have to go with, is the pointer is wrong. So let's turn off the cheat. Okay, well, forget you. I'm not playing this game. Okay, let's go find something we want to do. Okay, oh yeah. I mean, life is what happens to us while we're busy making other plans. Definitely need better weapons for this next mission, but I don't have them.
My sword is charged.
Okay, people, our meeting was terrible. We learned a bunch of useless things about Indigo when we were trying to find out what his main quest might be. You're welcome. When the rain comes, run and hide your head. You might as well be dead. When the rain comes, Now sometimes there's a frost troll up here, and sometimes there isn't. I really don't like doing this without a water ball. Well, the rain stopped at least, and I don't see a frost troll. But I can't be a true coward. I'm gonna have to actually get up into their faces. Supposed to be crouching, guys. You got a steel greatsword. You didn't help. And you've got a longbow. You didn't help. Sunshine day, everybody's happy. Sunshine day, everybody's happy. Everybody feels so happy today. Oh, I forgot to see what kind of weapon you had. Well, we got some septims, but we didn't get what we need. I don't know why I can't pick up those mugs, but okay. Let's double check our equipment. Equipment check. I was gonna say ladies and gentlemen, but neither of you are ladies, so neither, you know, come to think of it, neither of you are gentlemen either, so. I don't know who that is, but I don't want him here. So happy day. Sunshine day. Okay. Let's go do this. Wish I could send you guys ahead. Especially since you're always taking credit for my kills. Thank you for playing. He has an iron... No, dachi. And he's got a hole where his Derwatzel should be. Have you ever noticed that? A lot of these guys have a hole where their Derwatzel should be. Now she doesn't have a Derwatzel, so she doesn't. There isn't a hole. Well, not in the clothing. Forget it. This would get away for a RG rating. So Nice door. Somebody spent a lot of time making beautiful doors for this place. Nice lighting, even though it's supposed to be darker, and I told it to be darker.
That dark elf wants to go ahead, let him. Better than us risking our necks.
What if Arvel doesn't come back? My share from that club.
Yep, see, there's a hole right where the Duatso would be. I mean, I'm glad there's censorship, but it's weird. See, you can see right through the body, right where the Duatso should be. Our lockpicking is at 2 right now. I'm getting tired of doing these same quests several times a day, though. See, normally I'd go up those side routes and everything like that, pretending I don't know that there's nothing up there, but this time I just want to get through this. It still looks beautiful. I mean, still crazy looking after all these years. Now, for those who don't know where we got the answer to this puzzle, and it's kind of weird, it has the answers on the wall. So you see up there, there's the fish, the snake. So you do the fish here, the snake, and the snake, just like it shows on the wall. Which makes you wonder, how good of a puzzle was it really in the first place? Since there's the fish, there's the snake, so there's only 3 possibilities. Most of these places are like that, by the way. The solution is right there in front of you. You can see the guy on the left is different than the guy on the right. Anyway. And believe me, I don't want these puzzles to be tougher, because I don't like doing all the combat right and all the pathfinding right and everything, and then back into some insane puzzle I'm too stupid to figure out. I don't like games that make me think I'm stupid. I've got a wife for that. as old as Skyrim is, and I mean the province, not the game. It's kind of weird that most of the businesses were founded by the people that are running them. There's only one I can think of, and I don't remember which one it is, but there's only one I can think of where the guy running it says it was founded by somebody other than himself. Kill it! I mean, I'm just saying, with Skyrim and most of its cities having been around for so long, although there's some that are up in the air about that, because you got Rorikstead, where the guy says it was founded just a few years ago. And then you have the song about old Rorikstead. So how could there be an old Rorikstead if it was just founded, 5 years or so before that?
You want to talk?
Any thoughts?
What if my fleas die here? Will I have a bunch of zombie parasites living on me? Oh, gods.
We're just crazy. Something else living in a zombie paradise.
You have something to say?
Mind if I ask you something?
You have my full attention.
Goody. Let's discuss combat.
I hit things until they fall over. What is there to talk about?
What are your current combat tactics?
I am attacking on sight. And in battle, I am fighting how I choose.
Yeah, you're...
Let us go.
So there's nothing... I'm pretty much just trying to anger. By the way, you notice the spider's gone? That huge spider we just defeated.
How are you doing?
I'd like to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
Oh, I've already asked him all these questions, but probably in other runnings of the game. Is there anything in particular you'd like to see?
Now that you mention it, I suppose there is. Somewhere here in Skyrim, there's a Dwemer ruin called Doomsbethar. I came across a text referring to it in my last few months at the Arcane University. Dwemerus is a fiddly language. Often the same words can have multiple meanings, but I'm fairly sure it translates loosely to bound ghosts. It piqued my curiosity. The use of soul gems in Dwemer automatons is well documented, but no one really knows much about their purpose or function. I thought perhaps this place of bound ghosts might be something to do with that, so I did some more research, but I just can't find the location. My father's looking into it for me while I'm here on my expedition. If he finds anything, he's going to let me know.
I'm so excited.
And away we go.
I don't like you. guess I didn't have to tell him why I did that, but I did tell him. I'm certainly not going for a pure...
How's your sense of navigation?
I'm sorry I tried to talk.
I'm not entirely sure I can remember the way out.
These are going to be tougher too without a projectile. And there just are no projectiles to be found in here because none of the duggers use. And yes, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, I do call the Draugr the Duggars, as in 18 kids and counting. Wow, it put us back a far way. Again, for people who don't know, the combat system is not working. They are not, they're not looking at me, they're not focusing on me, they're focusing like they might focus on Lucien or on Inigo. They're supposed to focus on me, and that would make it a tougher game, a more challenging fight, which is what I want. I don't know what's causing this, but I want to...
Keep an eye out for traps. The ancient Nords could be tricky.
I've got... So, because of issues I've had with the mods...
Ah! Flash before my...
I've gotten
it was much too short.
A little behind on editing and posting videos. So to me it was more important to get more video done than to laboriously go through my load order and figure out why particular weird things are happening. And I think part of the personality of a heavily modded game, and this is heavily modded. Now everybody sees the spider there, right? Because it's going to disappear. Shut your face.
Help me. Get me down.
Okay, now I gotta go through all this junk
Something
again.
on your mind?
Any thoughts?
What if my fleas die here? Will I have a bunch of zombie parasites living on me? Oh, gods.
Now we know it's not random because he said that last time.
Mm-hmm.
Mind if I ask you anything?
I am all ears.
Let's discuss combat.
An exciting subject.
We never did discuss it, actually. What are your current
I
combat
am attacking
tactics?
on sight. And in battle, I am fighting how I choose.
About your fighting
Is
style.
there a new plan of action?
Ugh.
Okay, I will try to stay out of trouble, while I cause as much mayhem as possible.
Yeah,
I am versatile. I can be quite excitable.
Okay.
Fire away.
I think he's following far enough behind, definitely. So.
All right. You watch my back, and I'll watch yours.
I think Inigo has fleas.
Yeah, you're wrong about that. I'm a cat too, so maybe I'm the one with fleas. I'd like to ask you something.
Hit me. Not literally.
I would love to hit you, but... Now, we already asked you this, but we're just doing it again because, of course, we lost it due to... Was it... Did I die? I can't remember. Yeah, I probably died. Is there anywhere in particular you'd like to see?
Now that you mention it, I suppose there is. Somewhere I came across Dwemer.
Okay.
It piqued my curiosity.
Normally,
my father's looking into it for me while I'm here on my expedition.
Normally we wouldn't just...
Absolutely not. I've tried. Divines know I've tried, but I just can't get them
There
back.
aren't divines. There's one god.
Every single horse I've ever tried to ride just throws me off. Or maybe I just fall off. The point is, I can't ride. Maybe one day I'll learn, but today is sadly not that day.
You don't know what's going to happen the rest of the day. Okay.
Let's keep moving. Just carefully, all right?
Don't tell me what to do.
You, over here. I can feel it.
I don't like you. Now, wherever I got killed last time, everybody... One of the things is, you guys aren't guarding my body well enough. That's why I looked at fighting style, was to see if there was a way to tell them, you know, when to close ranks and all of that. That they're here to keep me alive. I mean, I'll do my best to keep them alive, but they're here to keep me alive. And I didn't see anything like that. I remember I was doing these. Oh yeah, it was that door that knocked me into next week. I was in the middle of explaining that I call them Duggars rather than Druggers. Wish there were some Duggars here with some spells, but I don't see any. That'd probably be too much to ask for. None of this loot is that good. This place has probably been picked through before, but with somebody with a carry weight restriction, so that they didn't get everything. Okay, now we're gonna see. I don't see a pressure plate, so we just go to the outside and hope nobody. Okay, we got 6 out of the 10 of the fire salts we need for Balaran, or whatever his name is. Now, clear all the Duggars on this level first. Now, I think it was yesterday, but I don't remember now. Those blades must have killed me 10 times before I just got through them, and I don't know what I did differently all the time that I got through them, as opposed to the times that I didn't. I wish I could say, you know, here's the trick to doing it, but I don't know a trick to it. I very much treat this as a looter. Yeah, it's a role-playing game. And it's a fantasy, it's a first-person shooter, role-playing game, all of that, no doubt. But it's a looter as well, and I pick up all the loot I possibly can. No! Keet, no! After all, it's a step in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction after all. Chances are all... No! Keet, no! At least I didn't get my tail topped. My tail topped off? My tail chopped off. It's a step in the right direction after all. No! If you wish to adopt... No! Well, you're not willing to go in front of me. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Just do it. Run. No. Okay. Come on, guys. Wake up. After all, it's a step in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction after all. Calm down. We've done this before. Hey, I mean, we've done this multiple times in the last 24 hours. Rest in peace, Duggar. Now you may be asking yourself, you're asking, why are you going through all of this? Well, the game would say I'm going through all of this so that I can get the dragon stone for Farangard, who's looking into why the dragons have returned. Now, that's odd for a couple of reasons. If you think about it, we're the ones who tell Jarl Bolcroft, or whatever his name is, that the dragons have returned. You know, about the dragon that got Helgen and everything like that. He doesn't know about it before then. So, how is Farengar doing this study of dragons? He says, why have they returned and all of that, when he's asking questions. How could he have been doing this deep research about the dragons when he didn't know about them until 2 minutes ago? See, perspiring minds want to know. I mean, I will, on the sarcastic side of this YouTube channel, point out things like that. Extremely big plot holes. And the only answer is, without that plot hole, you'd have to change the whole main quest. You'd probably have to pace it out more. Which is probably a good idea. But there are some people who don't wander around. They get in, they want to do the main quest and get through it. And so any gaps in the main quest, they wouldn't like. Now, a lot of us role players who like role-playing games and want to go meet, you know, the locals, and we want to work on our skills and all of that, we probably want to do some side quests. I added a mod called Side Quests of Skyrim to this playthrough, in fact. So there are quests, I don't even know what they are. I didn't read them because I wanted to learn them in-game. And so all I did was make sure that they didn't conflict with what was already in my lineup. Why do I look green when I die? I'm supposed to be blue. here, I'm going to try something else when these guys come down. So people, don't go in front of me. You never do anyway, but don't go in front of me. I've got something planned for these guys if they ever come down. Yo, dead guys, come on down. Oh, I know why they're not coming down. Because, like all the villains in the game, they don't know they're supposed to go after me. Something's wrong with the tracking system, so they're not tracking on the player. So, what I was going to do, of course, was that. I was going to catch them on fire. But I can't do that because they didn't come after me. See, that guy didn't even turn towards me when I'm shooting fire in his back. And that guy didn't look at me when I'm shooting fire in his front. There is some variable somewhere that is causing people, villains, to not hone in on me. I should probably go through the mod configuration menu and go through every setting, but there's hundreds of settings in there. I mean, it would be like bear, moth, owl. Oh, so why am I doing this? I am doing this to win the heart of Camilla or Carlotta or somebody, that chick in the Riverwood Trader. I want to make her my wife. Even though she's a whole other species than me. That was funny. In the last playthrough, like 8 people turned me down for marriage, which is fine. I have specifically put in a mod where people can turn you down for marriage, but they're supposed to tell you why, and if there's supposed to be clues as to whether there's any chance they would, anything you do would ever change their mind. Okay, guys. See, that guy doesn't care about me at all. I'm literally killing him, and he doesn't know that I'm alive. Stone completely restores magicka. I don't know how to use it, but cool. I mean, do you eat it? Do you apply it to a weapon? What? That's another thing I like. We could say it's because I'm old or because I'm stupid or whatever. But after more than almost 14,000 hours of playing this game, there are still things I don't know about it. I wasn't saying that to be sarcastic, although I do say a lot of things on here to be sarcastic. And so, like a lot of times, if I purposely mispronounce something, it's to be sarcastic. Or to be silly, stupid. I'm good at being stupid. Imagine how rich I would be if I could just be stupid for a living.